samsara kupa patito tarana balambam yeham jisamapi manas hidayat sadhana. The gopis spoke thus: Dear Lord, whose navel is just like a lotus flower, your lotus feet are the only shelter for those who have fallen to a deep well of material existence. Your feet are worshipped and meditated upon by great mystic yogis and highly learned philosophers. We wish that these lotus feet may also be awakened within our hearts, although we are the only ordinary persons engaged in household affairs. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th Canto, Chapter 82, text number 46, spoken by the gopis. It's working now anyway. I'm getting the Eta solid signal. The lotus feet. Why do we worship the feet? Many reasons. They're very beautiful, but that's a humble way to approach anybody. Tomara charanamora vraja pura gare udaya koraye yadi tabe vancha pure. The gopis thought, my dear Lord, if your lotus feet again come to our home in Vrindavan, our desires will be fulfilled. In his Anubhasya, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur comments, the gopis are purely engaged in the service of the Lord without motive. They are not captivated by the opulence of Krishna, nor by the understanding that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Naturally, the gopis are inclined to love Krishna, for he was an attractive young boy of Vrindavan village. Being village girls, they were not very much attracted to the field of Kurukshetra, where Krishna was present with elephants, horses, and royal dress. Indeed, they did not appreciate Krishna in that atmosphere. Krishna was not attracted by the opulence or personal beauty of the gopis, but by their pure devotional service. Similarly, the gopis were attracted to Krishna as a cowherd boy, not in sophisticated guise. Lord Krishna is inconceivably powerful. To understand him, great yogis and saintly persons give up all material engagements and meditate upon him. Similarly, those who are overly attracted to material enjoyment, to enhancement of material opulence, to family maintenance, or to liberation from the entanglements of this material world, take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But such activities and motivations are unknown to the gopis. They are not at all expert in executing such auspicious activities. Already transcendently enlightened, they simply engage their purified senses in the service of the Lord in the remote village of Vrindavan. The gopis are not interested in dry speculation in the arts, in music, or other conditions of material life. They are bereft of all understanding of material enjoyment and renunciation. Their only desire is to see Krishna return and enjoy spiritual, transcendental pastimes with him. The gopis want him simply to stay in Vrindavan so that they can render service unto him for his pleasure. There's not even a tinge of personal sense gratification. This is when they all went to Kurukshetra. They stayed there a few months because everybody was enjoying everybody's company, but the gopis were distressed. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that he would like to serve Radharani in Kurukshetra because that's the time she needed it the most. Because seeing Krishna with all these wives and he's a big king, and they didn't like that. And that's when Lord Chaitanya sang that song in Rath Yatra, it was a song about that. I want to see, with the flower leaf garlands, and we don't want to see this king. They didn't like to see Krishna like that. That wasn't their relationship with him. So they were happy to see Krishna, but then they were and just crying to bring Krishna back to Vrindavan. That's what Rath Yatra is, bringing Krishna back to Vrindavan. Jagannath temple is opulent. Lord Jagannath is opulent, he's the king. And they bring him to Gundicha, which is representing Vrindavan, and pulling him on the chariot. And actually Balaram and Subhadra went first to Vrindavan, and Krishna came back later. He told him at that time there was only a few more demons left to kill. So after he finished off those demons, then he did go back to after Dantavakra, Dantavakra and his brother. Then that was right in Mathura. And then he went to Vrindavan. The gopis were feeling even more separation by seeing Krishna and not being able to associate with him in their normal way. Very deep. Bhagavatera shloka gudarta vishada karina rupa gosai shloka kaila loka bunjaya. In one verse, Rupa Goswami has explained the confidential meaning of this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam for the understanding of the general populace. Ya te lila rasa pari ma lodgari vanya parita danya choni vilasati vrita maturi maduriba tatras mabis chatula push pasupi bhava mudan tarabi sangvitastam kalaya vadano lasi venur viharam. The gopis continued. This is the verse from Rupa Goswami from Lohita Madhava. Dear Krishna, the fragrance of the mellows of your pastimes is spread throughout the forest of the glorious land of Vrindavan, which is surrounded by the sweetness of the district of Mathura. In the congenial atmosphere of that wonderful land, you may enjoy your pastimes, with your flute dancing on your lips, and surrounded by us, the gopis, whose hearts are always enchanted by unpredictable ecstatic emotions. Rupa Goswami is a gopi, he came from Goloka especially, so he understands. So they weren't like nowadays. All over the world I meet people that are from Vrindavan. And you say, why are you in Tokyo? Why are you? Money. Money. But the gopis, they love Vrindavan. And we want to develop that, but not for Vrindavan, for the luxurious condos and restaurants and all the things that Vrindavan has to offer now, but because it's the place of Krishna's pastimes. If we go outside from the town of Vrindavan, then we can get some experience of what Vrindavan is. People get shocked now, and that it's really illusory, it's the covering. But what we see at Vrindavan is, even this Hemi Malini, she's the MP, the government representative for that area now. And she's a devotee, she's an ISKCON devotee. And she came and she had all ambitions for cleaning up all the trash and set up all kinds of things. And she came back and she said, they haven't done anything. She said, I could get 10,000 trash cans, but nobody would take care of them. I could get the donations. She was very angry. The police and all the government people. It's almost like here, yesterday if you look in those, just full of plastic, just try to walk the road here, anywhere you look, and just throw everything. But at least some people are thinking, but just at that little road when we go, out behind our temple and to the Goshala, devotees clean it up, but within an hour it's a big mess. So that's not the real Vrindavan. Vrindavan means, everything. The land is Vrindavan, the cows, the people. So we have to take care of all these things. He Mata Mahaprabhu Deki Jagannathe Subhadra Sahite Deke Vamsi Nahi Hate. In this way, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw Jagannath, he saw that the Lord was with his sister Subhadra and was not holding a flute in his hand. Tribhanga Sundara Vraje Vrajendra Nandan Kahan Paba Evansha Bade Anuchana. Absorbed in the ecstasy of the gopis, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wished to see Lord Jagannath in his original form as Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, standing in Vrindavan and appearing very beautiful, his body curved in 3 places. His desire to see that form was always increasing. So this is actually Rath Yatra, Lord Chaitanya, his mood at Rath Yatra. Radhika Unmada Yaiche Udava Darshane Udgurna Pralapa Taiche Prabhu Rachi Dine. Just as Srimati Radharani talked inconsistently with the bumblebee in the presence of Uddhava, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his ecstasy talked crazily and inconsistently day and night. This Unmada madness is not ordinary madness. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu talked inconsistently, almost like a crazy fellow, he was in the transcendental ecstasy of love. In the highest transcendental ecstasy, there's a feeling of being enchanted in the presence of the enchanter. When the enchanter and the enchanted become separated, mohana, or bewilderment, occurs. When so bewildered due to separation, one becomes stunned, and at that time all the bodily symptoms of transcendental ecstasy are manifested. When they are manifest, one appears inconceivably crazy. This is called transcendental madness. In this state, there is imaginative discourse, and one experiences emotions like those of a madman. The madness of Srimati Radharani was explained to Krishna by Uddhava, who said, "My dear Krishna, because of extreme feelings of separation from you, Srimati Radharani is sometimes making her bed in the groves of the forest, sometimes rebuking a bluish cloud, and sometimes wandering about in the dense darkness of the forest. She had become like a crazy woman." There are some people in other groups that say Prabhupada didn't give us everything. But obviously they never read the Chaitanya Chart. They never read it. They might have, they read the Bhagavad Gita or something, or they heard Prabhupada's lectures where in the lectures, he revealed but quick little bit things. And so casual nobody noticed it. But in the books, when he's following and even the author, Krishnadas Kaviraj, says, I shouldn't really say this, but I have to. So then when Prabhupada explains it, he exactly said very, very, very deep things, transcendental emotions. A lot of us, because we try to do some kind of yoga or Buddhism or something, we have trouble with emotions. Think that you're not supposed to have emotions. But bhakti is very emotional. It's all about love and all these different rasas, or anger there, and fear and everything, and connection with Krishna. So it's all here in Chaitanya Charitamrita, very, very thoroughly, also nectar devotion. Much more than anybody else can just tell you how Radha and Krishna went in the forest and did something. But they don't explain on this level. what the internal emotions are. Prabhupada's realizations are not scholarly repetition of, in different books. He's fully speaking, Krishna speaking through him. Dwadasha Vatsara Shesha Aiche Gonaila Emata Shesha Lila Sri Vedane Kaila. The last 12 years of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were passed in this transcendental craziness. Thus he executed his latest pastimes in 3 ways. Sannyasi Kari Chabisha Vatsara Kaila Yeye Karma Ananta Aparatara Kejani Be Marma. For the 24 years after he accepted the renounced order, whatever pastimes he executed were unlimited and unfathomable. Who can understand the purport of such pastime? What does unfathomable mean? I know.
Inconceivable.
Huh?
Inconceivable.
You know what it means?
Yes, cannot comprehend.
So when they measure how deep the water is, it's called fathoming or something. And sometimes you can't find the bottom. Incapable of being fully explored or understood, of water or a natural feature, impossible to measure the extent of it, like the ocean. I think there's even a measurement when they measure in the ocean called a fathom or something. So many meters or whatever. So it comes up often in relation to Krishna's pastime. The more one looks into them, the more they get big. The more we chant, the more it reveals Krishna. The more we read Bhagavad Gita, the more it's new and fresh. It's Krishna. So, Lord Chaitanya read Bhagavad Gita, the Goswamis read it. It's not like a kindergarten or something. Udesha Karite Kari Digdarshane Mukya Lilara Kari Sutra Ganana. Just to indicate these pastimes, I am presenting a general survey of the chief pastimes in the form of a synopsis. Pratama Sutra Prabhuda Sannyasa Karana Sannyasa Kari Chalila Prabhu Sri Vrindavana. This is the first synopsis. After accepting the sannyas order, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proceeded towards Vrindavan. When proceeding toward Vrindavan, he was overwhelmed with ecstatic love for Krishna, and he lost all remembrance of the external world. In this way he traveled continuously for 3 days in Radhadesh, the country where the Ganges River does not flow. Nityananda Prabhu Mahaprabhu Balaya Ganga Tire Laya Aila Yamuna Balila. First of all, Nityananda bewildered Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by bringing him along the banks of the Ganges, saying that it was the Jamuna. Shantipure Acharyada Gare Agamana Pratama Bhiksha Kaila Tahan Ratre Sankirtana. After 3 days, Hare Krishna, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to the house and what's happening?
The battery is bringing it down.
Battery, I thought this runs by plugging in.
No, his battery of this.
He came to the house of Advaita Charya in Shantipur and accepted alms there. That was his first acceptance of alms. At night, he performed congregational chanting. That's my name, alms for the poor. It means donations. In the language, my name means some kind of tree. It appears in the transcendental ecstasy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu forgot to eat for 3 days. He was then misled by Nityananda Prabhu, who said that the river Ganges was the Jamuna. Because the Lord was in the ecstasy of going to Vrindavan, he was gladdened to see the Yamuna, although the river was the Ganges. In this way the Lord was brought to the house of Advaita Prabhu at Shantipur after 3 days, and he accepted food there. As long as the Lord remained there, he saw his mother Sachi Devi, and every night executed congregational chanting with all the devotees. One last time he went back to... Normally the sannyasi doesn't go back to his home. That's why mother was so worried. But so she said, stay in Puri, then she could at least hear the news. But he did. They tricked him to come back. Patte Nana Lila Rasa Deva Darshan Madhava Puri Rakata Gopala Stapana. On the way toward Jagannath Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed many other pastimes. He visited various temples and heard the story about Madhavendra Puri and the installation of Gopal. This Madhavendra Puri is Madhavendra Puri. Another Madhava Puri is Madhavacharya, who was a spiritual master and a devotee in the line of Gadadhar Pandit, and he wrote the book known as Sri Mangala Bhasya. Madhvacharya, however, is different from Madhavendra Puri, who is mentioned in this verse. Madhavendra Puri is, we've heard a lot of it, unlimited. What's going on? Huh?
There's another one. Let me take this one off.
Oh. So much trouble.
Sorry for that.
We think everything's so much convenience. Every convenience causes at least equal amount of trouble, or maybe much more. Right? I read one Buddhist thing, they said for every day of sense gratification, pleasure, you get 1 year of suffering. 1,000 times, but at least equal, right? For every convenience that we get from all this stuff, there's so much inconvenience. And if we just chant the holy name, we connect with Krishna. We don't need, to have this even, but even this, to have the internet, inconceivable how many people are working to keep the internet going, right? Just for the whatever internet you have here, what you speak of the whole world. And like Facebook, he's got, I don't know how much, it's huge servers. They're like these big generators, and he's got hundreds of them or something. They're up in the northern Sweden, where it's cold all the time because these things get so hot, and then we don't have to have air conditioner. And then somebody's got to be up there keeping all that stuff going, so we can use all this. And we don't, we owe all of them. But if we use it, the karmis who use it for sense gratification, they become indebted to all those people. Every worker, everybody that designed in the phone, what to speak, and But when you use it for Krishna, they all benefit. They owe us. So we should be sure to keep using all these things for Krishna. Otherwise, we become indebted so much. Chira Churi Kata, Sakshi Gopal Vivarana, Nityananda Kaila Prabhu, Dande Banjana. From Nityananda Prabhu, Lord Chaitanya heard the story of Chira Churi Gopinath, and that the witness Gopal. Then Nityananda broke the sannyas rod belonging to Lord Chaitanya. This Chira Churi Gopinath is situated in Ramuna, about 4 miles from the Baleshwara station on the Northeastern Railway, formerly known as the Bengal Mayapur Railway. This station is situated a few miles away from the famous Kargapura Junction station. Some time ago, the charge of the temple was given to Shama Sundar Adhikari from Gopi Ballavapur, which lies on the border of the district of Medinapur. Shama Sundar Adhikari was the descendant of Rasikananda Murari, the chief disciple of Shamananda Goswami. A few miles before the Jagannath Puri station is a small station called Sakshi Gopal. Near this station is a village named Satyavadi, where the temple of Sakshi Gopal is situated. They don't let us in that one either. Some of you might be able to get into Puri if you're really sneaky. When Allen Ginsberg told Prabhupada he went in, he said, he had a big hairs and a big beard, and he dressed in dirty old Indian clothes and acted like a crazy guy. Just acted like a madman. So when they tried to get him to speak Hindi or something, so they let him in. But he didn't try a second time because he didn't catch on. Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj said he got in also. But then the second time they spotted him and he ran away. Kruda aya eka gela jagannathe kite dekiya murchita haya padila bhumite. After his sannyas was broken by Nityananda, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu apparently became very angry and left his company to travel alone to the Jagannath temple. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered the Jagannath temple and saw Lord Jagannath, he lost his senses and fell on the ground. He had the Ekadanda, this Mayavadi Danda. And Lord Nityananda was thinking, why should he have any Danda? Because that Danda is part of the Varnashram, and he's the Supreme Lord. And then he broke it in 3 pieces. Threw it in the river. So that the river there is called the Banga, Danda Banga Nadi, a place where the Danda was broken. Like Shivas Sangam is called the Kola Banga Danga, the place where the Danga was broken. So Lord Chaitanya said, who broke it? He said, oh, you were dancing and next thing you fell on it and broke it. So he ran ahead. He ran ahead to the temple and said he was running and every step seemed like miles and miles, and it kept looking like the temple was getting further away. It's intense feelings of separation. He so much wanted to see Lord Jagannath. Sarvabhauma Laya Gela Apana Bhavana Tritiya Prahare Prabhu Aila Chaitanya. After he saw Lord Jagannath in the temple and fell down unconscious, Sarvabhauma took him to his home. The Lord remained unconscious until afternoon, when he finally regained his consciousness. This is a summary. There was a panic. They thought he died because there was no symptom of life that they couldn't detect. But Sarvabhauma put the little cotton and could see that there's some breath coming. He could understand it was an ecstatic trance, even though because he wasn't really in my body, he was acting like. So he took him home. That's a very long story. Nityananda, Jagadananda, Damodar Mukunda, Paichayasi Mile Sabe, Paila Ananda. The Lord had left Nityananda's company and gone alone to Jagannath temple. Later, Nityananda, Jagadananda, Damodar, and Mukunda came to see him, and after seeing him, they were very pleased. Tabe Sarvabhauma Prabhu Prasada Karila Apana Ishvara Murti Tanre Dekaila. After this incident, Lord Chaitanya bestowed his mercy upon Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya by showing him his original form as the Lord. He showed him the Radha Krishna. That was after he convinced him. Tabe ta karila prabhu dakshina gamana kurma chetre kaila vasudeva vimochana. After bestowing mercy upon Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, the Lord started for southern India. When he came to Kurmakshetra, he delivered a person named Vasudeva. Jiyada Nishringe Kaila Nishringa Stavana Pate Pate Grame Grame Nama Pravartana. After visiting Kurmakshetra, the Lord visited South Indian temple of Jiyada Nrsimha and offered his prayers to Lord Nrsingadev. In this way, he introduced the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra in every village. You know the story of Vasudeva? He was a leper. You know, you've seen lepers. I saw them one time when we drove from Benin to somewhere. There was a leper camp along the road. Right? Still there, right? They live right along the highway and beg. So it's horrible disease with pus oozing out and blood and insects are biting on him. And Lord Chaitanya saw him and one insect fell off. And then he picked it up and put it back and said, you should get your food. So Lord Chaitanya was so impressed by that compassion, he embraced him. And then when he embraced him, he became completely cured, very beautiful. And then he was very, offering obeisances. And he said, no, before I was very abominable and ugly, and it was easy to remain humble. But now I'm very beautiful, and how will I be able to stay humble? And you know what Lord Chaitanya told him?
Constant chanting.
Huh?
Constant chanting.
Constant chanting of the Mahamantra.
Come down, Hare.
Just keep chanting all the time. Seems like many are not here. Mangalartik had much better attendance. Where are they cooking?
Yes, she's cooking the food for life.
Huh?
Food for life.
Jiyada Nrsimha Kaila Nrsimha Stavana Pate Pate Grame Grame Nama Pravartana. After visiting Kurmakshetra, the Lord visited the South Indian temple of Godavari, Dhiravane, Vrindavana Brahma, Ramananda Raya Saha, Tahani, Milana. Once the Lord mistook the forest on the bank of the river Godavari as Vrindavan. In that place he happened to meet Ramananda Roy. Trimaila, Tripadi, Stana, Kaila Darashana, Sarvatra, Karila Krishna Nama Pravarchana. He visited the places known as Tirumala and Tirupati, where he extensively preached the chanting of the Lord's holy name. This holy place is situated in the district of Tanjore, Chittor, South India. The temple of Tirupati is situated in the valley of Venkatachala and contains the deity of Lord Ramchandra. On top of Venkatachala is the famous temple of Balaji. That's a nice 9 kilometers walk up the steps. Very refreshing walk. Much better than driving. It's a scary drive. Everywhere it says do not overtake, and the buses are just constantly overtaking each other and racing. Taveta Pashandi Gane Karila Dalana Ahovala Nishingadi Kaila Dara Shana. After visiting the temples of Tirumala and Tirupati, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had to subdue some atheists. He then visited the temple of Ahovala Nrsimha. Report. The Ahovala temple is situated in Dakshinacha in the district of Karnula, which within the subdivision of Sarbela. Throughout the whole district, this very famous temple is much appreciated by the people. There are 8 other temples also, and all of them together are called the Nava Nishinga temples. There is much wonderful architecture and artistic engraving work in these temples. However, as stated in the local gazette, the Karnula Manual, the work is not complete. Some of them are just little caves way up in the mountain. The carving of the stone in this temple, the one we went in, every pillar has like a small, and when you ding it, it's all different notes. You can make music. Shiranga Chaitra Aila Kaver Ira Tira Shiranga Dekiya Preme Aila Astira. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to the land of Ranga Chaitra on the bank of the Kaveri, he visited the temple of Sri Ranganath and was there overwhelmed in the ecstasy of love of God. Trimala Bhattaragare Kaila Prabhuvas Tahani Rahila Prabhu Varsha Chari Mas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lived in the house of Trimala Bhatt for 4 months in the rainy season. Sri Vaishnava Trimala Bhatta Parama Pandit Gosaira Pandit Chapreme Ahila Vismita. This Sri Trimala Bhatt was both a member of the Vaishnava community and a learned scholar. Therefore, when he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was both a great scholar and a great devotee of the Lord, he was very astonished. Chaturmasya Taha Prabhu Shri Vaishnaver Sane Gonaila Nitya Gita Krishna Sankirtane. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed the Chaturmasya months with the Sri Vaishnavas, singing, chanting the holy name, and dancing. One more. Chaturmasya Antipuna Dakshina Gamana Paramananda Puri Saha Tahani Milana. After the end of Chaturmasya, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued traveling through South India. At that time he met Paramananda Puri. These things are described in detail in other places. That 4 months is when he picked up the illiterate Brahman, and Raghunath Bhatta Goswami was the son of this Trimala Bhatta. He was a very young boy, and he was serving Lord Chaitanya and massaging his feet and everything, and that's how he got into it. In the morning Artik, there was about 10 men, at least. They're all cooking, or like 10 people are cooking?
No.
Huh?
They're not here. They're not cooking.
I know they're not here. That's like,
Yeah, I have to go and check.
one time I sent a package from Japan to America and it got lost. So I put the report into the Japanese post office and they reported back, your package got lost. Oh, thank you very much. Right? And for them, that's all that we're not responsible. They said we gave it to America. Now it's lost. So don't bother us. So I'm saying they're not here. Then you tell me, oh, they're not here. Okay, thank you very much. I want to know where they are, why they're not here.
Let me go and check this.
Well, it's too late now. Class is over. Maybe they're busy with something. Jai Chaitanya Charitamrita ki
Yeah.
Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bo. Thank you, whoever's out there in Cyberland. Let's see who. Wow. Maha Sankirtan always joins. Nandalal. Nandalal, how you doing there in Bahrain? Kirtan Mela. Sarvadarshi Darshan, Krishna Sankirtan, Prince Manik, Navadvipa Kripa Das, Navraj Bodho, Niyam, Haribol, Swadika, Govinda Nandana, Pagi, no, not Pagi, Salamat, Radha Baba Gaur, Haribol. See you soon. Stacy Giri, Bhajan Kumar, Gaur Purnima Dasi, okay, Salamat. Mani Yogi, Karuna Prabhu, Haricharan. Haricharan, can you download these Facebook Live things into the webpage? Into my Nityanand Nitai Prasad page. Okay, good evening, good day. Everybody have a look at closely at these Durban Rath Yatra pictures. Hari